What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Dakota. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. This is how we trade a spot today. But before we do that, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications and leave us a comment. We always appreciate those comments. And don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. Okay, so we had a couple of things going on today, folks. We had existing home sales. So at 10 o'clock this morning, an orange letter event or an orange folder event. It can move the market. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It really just depends on how it all plays out, folks. So we had that. We also, at 2 o'clock today, folks, we had the FOMC the meeting minutes, and that was from 3 weeks ago. We know what they came out and said, 3 weeks ago. But now we get to the nitty gritty. We had all the fine details today, which, as traders, maybe you read those, maybe you don't. You probably wait until after hours to read those. If you read those during the trading hours, you're going to miss all the moves. But anyway, here we go, folks. So here's what we're looking at. We are looking at, we got a pre-market high, 531.54, pre-market low, 530.35. Folks, we have $1.19. $1.19 is not very much. That's not good at all. That is just absolutely, it's horrible. It's not much. For the vast majority of pre-market, it really didn't do anything. We had this spike right up here. We had this spike, but again, it really didn't do anything. So let's get into the trading day and kind of see how she looked, folks. It was bad. It was so bad, folks. It was so unimaginably bad. And you can see this candle over here. We had 65 cents worth of movement for the first 2.5 hours, folks. 65 cents. And then we got up to 75 cents worth of movement. Folks, that's literally Thanksgiving the day after Thanksgiving last year, we had a total of 75 or 76 cents total movement throughout the day. Folks, you can't trade with that kind of range. Now, here's what happened. We had this really, really nice move to the downside, down into the pre-market low. I was looking for, kind of like I like to do every day, folks. I like to take out either pre-market low or pre-market high and then take my play based on that. Again, because, folks, that's a major level that I'm looking for. It's absolutely a major level. Now, here was the problem with me taking a play right in here. I was actually talking to one of my guys in the group. I opened it up to kind of a Q&A in the group today. We thought about kind of taking the day off or, not trading, but we didn't. Some people left, but we had quite a few people still in the room. But anyway, I was talking to one of the guys in the room, and he was talking about FOMO. When, I have a problem with FOMO, and I likened it to having a job. So let's say trading is your job, and FOMO, so chasing a play or getting FOMO, that breaks the rules. And if you break the rules too many times, you're going to get fired from your job. And it's in trading. If you break the rule too many times in trading, you're going to lose your account. So you're either going to quit trading or you're going to have to refund. So you're going to have to figure out ways to not do that. And they asked me, and I said, well, it's a job, folks. Trading is a job. I really, really enjoy it, but it's a job. And so right about that time, I was talking to him, and whammo, we had this candle right in here that came right through. And they were asking, what was my favorite setup to a play? And again, I said, well, what I like it for, when I'm looking for calls, what I like to do is I like that big candle that comes seemingly out of nowhere. Okay, this didn't come out of nowhere. We had super thin volume, and the 200 MA was right in here. So we reached that 200 MA. We got a little bit of volume behind this. And again, you can see this volume, which was tied for the highest volume candle of the day, interestingly enough. At this point. So again, my favorite play is to get that candle that comes out of nowhere, takes out a demand zone, wicks back up, and then you take it in the opposite direction. But again, I was talking to him. I was talking to one of our members, so I was not prepared to put on a trade anywhere in here, so I couldn't take it here. And I told the folks, and again, we were talking about FOMO. I said, please, 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 folks, do not take this trade unless chasing a trade is part of your plan. Don't do it. Do not take puts on this play right here. Number one, it seemingly came out of nowhere. Number two, it's directly into a demand zone, kind of like we were talking about, my preferred setup. And what did it do? It was a really, really nice play back to the upside. So let's say you caught a fishtail play in here. So 62 up to VWAP. I mean, it's a 30-cent move. 30-cent move is decent. So, oh, and you're seeing it already, folks. You're seeing it. So we had this beautiful, beautiful nothingness again for a little bit. And then all of a sudden we made this high over here. And then it just started dumping. I mean, it started dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping. And again, I was not in this play right here, so I'm not going to chase a play, folks. I've done it before. That's why I'm not going to do it again. We had this recapture back here, but we still had this support over here at 529.64. I waited until we could get a lower close than that. Even this wick, I wasn't really worried about this wick. But anyway, took this candle back here to the downside. Could have very easily taken out on this wick right here. But I was kind of looking for this 527.80 down here. I'm sorry, 527.90. Now, let me show you the significance of that 527.90 and why that is such a very, very, very important level. This is the 30-minute chart, folks. This is a 30. Look at this level, 527.90. I go back to last Wednesday. This is how strong, this is how much of a demand zone 527.90 is. You got this double bottom again from a week ago. Okay, so a double bottom on a 30. The higher the time frame, the stronger the level. Double bottom here on this 30. Again, Friday at that same, that's why it's a level, folks. That's what I was looking for. I get all my levels off of 30-minute time frames. Pre-market high, pre-market low, and 30-minute time frames. And this was it right here, folks. So again, look at how strong, absolutely, just super, super strong that level is. And again, I'm giving all the plays away in here. But anyway, caught this back to the downside right in here. I took this play. This was a really nice play. I thought we'd be able to, again, get this 527.90. We were not able to get this 527.90. So I took it off on a green candle. Again, really, really good plays. I took this because, again, we got to close below these levels. I took this because it was kind of a 4-bar play. So we had a close here. So I have this double bottom right here. Then I have this green candle. Then I have this red candle right here that closed below these candles right here. So at that point, I said, you know what? We've recaptured the 9. Back to the downside. Let's take it and kind of see if we can push down to that 527.90 again. And we didn't, but that's okay. Eventually, we did push down there. Now, once we hit that level, we didn't give up that level for the rest of the day. And you can see these, a really, really nice play. I was not in on this play right here. I was absolutely not in on this play, only because I was kind of looking for another push back to the downside. So we got that push to the downside. And again, not in on this. I was on the phone. I had one of our members called me and said, hey, what are you looking for? And I said, well, and I didn't really know. I was kind of looking for puts at that time. It was right in here. But I'm not going to take a big candle open on a put. And then the POC moved, folks. The POC, it moved right down in here. Well, I was on the phone with him, and I said, it's Genghis. I said, Genghis, I'm looking. He's a good friend of mine. I said, I'm looking for calls. If we can get across to the upside, we have this POC that just moved. But I said, I have to get off the phone with you. I have to get back on with the group. And sure enough, I jump back on, and we're starting to print this candle. I jump on. I said, folks, I'm looking for calls right in here. I said, if we get a close, because POC just moved. I said, and let me show you something here real quick, folks. I said, if we get a close about 529, and again, I said, I'm looking for calls. I got calls right in here. I said, if we get a close about 529 right here, this is a pivot point right here. If we get a close above that level right there, folks, guess what? We're going to VWAP. We're going to push through this level right here, this 529.28, and we're going to VWAP. Folks, we had a multitude of people that jumped in on calls right here. And I said, folks, it's a low risk play. You got POC right below us. That's your stop if it moves against you. So I said, I'm in calls. If it does this is my expectation. And my expectation is to go right up to VWAP. and it started printing up here, and I said it. I said, okay, somebody's got to say it. And I looked at the chat, and I'll show you a picture. I'll show you the picture. It's a PYGB. It's PYGB, PYGB. And essentially that means print you glorious bastard, because that's what we like to see. We like to see those candles when they're going in our favor. So whether it's to the downside or whether that's to the upside. Again, this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setup. After having nothing for the first, 3 hours of the day, 4 hours of the day, folks. We had 4 hours of absolute nothingness, followed by 2 hours, 2.5 hours of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful price action. But again, I'm really, really proud of this play right in here. Didn't take anything back to the downside over here, only because at this point I said, you know what, I don't know what it's going to do. I have no earthly idea. I could have taken a rejection off this level or a fishtail play, but again, it's getting pretty late in the day at this point. We had 20 minutes to go in the trading day at this point. But this was a really nice play to the upside. This was a beautiful play back to the downside, but I'm kind of proud about this one only because I said to the group, I said, this is what and I do this all the time. I think it's going to do this if it does this. And a lot of folks took that trade with us, and it was the execution was the best part, folks. It's always, 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 always about the execution. We like those big plays. We get in those plays, and it's like, that was really amazing. That was a really amazing play. 500, 600, 700%. But it's the execution. We're not relying on a single trade, folks. So consequently, because we're not relying on a single trade will not make us as a trader. And a single trade will not break us as a trader unless you do really, really foolish things. And doing foolish things is really not conducive to making a long-term trader out of you. But anyway, move to the upside, move to the downside. And then, the last couple of minutes, it ran up. Yes, it ran up, but it's really hard to outpace data super, super late in the day, folks. So always keep that in mind. But you know what? Hey, folks, that's how she played out today. It was so bad. It was so bad early in the morning. And I talked for the first 4 hours about it, or first 3 hours about how bad it was. And we haven't had a day like this since before Thanksgiving. And then all of a sudden it just, super terrific happy hour after that, folks. It was absolutely amazing. Nice place. But that's how she played out today, folks. So if you like our content, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekends. Also, leave us a comment and don't forget to share, folks. Don't forget to share. Now, if you are interested in live daily trading, every single day, folks, live daily trading. If you're interested in that live daily trading, head on over to our live trading Discord. It is called Trading Decoded. That information, the link for that is down below. So come check that. Come check it out. We're going to give you that first week for free. And again, we talk about these setups all day long. That's what we do in there all day. We talked about every single one of these setups, folks. Every single one. Maybe not these early in the day because it was really, really bad. But once we got into this area, absolutely. We missed some plays only because it was so bad early. We kind of get that bias. But anyway, we talk about these trades all day long. So Trading Decoded, folks. Now, if you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there for the entire world to see, folks. A to Z. Everything is there. You don't pay anything other than your precious time. There's nothing to buy over there, folks. It's laid out. Everything is laid out for you. You want it, go take it. You want to print it off, go print it off. You want it in hard copy, send me an email. I'll send you the hard copy. How's that? But anyway, 920trading.com. Go check it out. But that's how we did today, folks. Overall, it started out really, really badly, but it turned out to be just a beautiful day, folks. It was beautiful. No question about that. It turned out to be a really good, beautiful day. But hey, thanks again for spending a little bit of time with us, your precious time. Hope everybody has a great rest of the day. And remember, NVIDIA earnings here in just a little bit. And have a good day, folks. And we will see you in the markets.